Note the disclaimer, and remember that my Patreon supporters got to see preview images, work in progress shots, and high resolution images of the completed figures. They also get minifigures for every $10 they support me with. If you want to join them, the link is in the description below. Hello out there, this is Wake Angel 2001 coming at you with the next part of That's the Black Blur's commission, Alicia Nut. Remember his last figure was sort of an alternate universe version of Amy Rose called Pinky Row? Well, this is kind of an alternate universe version of Princess Sally, a universe where she actually has a big squirrel tail, so I guess she takes more after her father than her mother. So the base figure is Wave the Swallow, but as you can see, it uses Amy Rose's arms and legs. The same arms and legs that I took off the Amy Rose figure I used to make Pinky Row. Now, there's a thing about the Jazzwares Wave figures, and that is dubious QC. Like, you know, like Jazzwares made the weird Wave that has the unpainted head and the elbow joints that break easily. Well, this was made from a really good Wave figure that was not only properly put together, but when I went to dismantle the head so I could, you know, make Sally's head and not have to carve away the headband, it was really well glued on. I had to boil the figure for quite a while. I kind of felt bad having to dismantle such a well put together figure. Why couldn't this just be a poorly made piece of crap like half the other Jazzwares figures, huh? So as you can see, I was actually able to use Wave's beak as a good anchoring point for Princess Sally's elongated muzzle, Alicia's elongated muzzle. But you know what? Now that the hair is on, it turns out that I can make a pretty good Princess Sally using Wave's head. I usually make Princess Sally using a Tails head, but this is, at least for the post-Super Genesis Wave look of Princess Sally, if anybody ever wants one of those, it seems that a Wave figure is almost perfect. I mean, Wave has a taller, skinnier body than Sally had, but it's good to know that at least her head is like, look at that, that's a really good Princess Sally head. It looks just like a post-Super Genesis Wave Sally, just with a slightly different hair to make it Alicia Nut. Alright, so I think I've compared Sally, Wave, and Alicia enough, so let's move on to the other parts. So, one of the distinguishing characteristics that makes Alicia different from Sally is the big tail. To achieve this, I took Wave's tail and cut it off and reattached it the other way so that I could sculpt the squirrel tail around it. Wave's original tail is a really good support structure on the inside. Then I just painted it up. It's a brown tail with the red stripe going down the middle, which, again, is what Sally's tail looked like in the post-Super Genesis Wave version, just, you know, it's a long squirrel tail instead of a short chipmunk tail. Once I finish this part, everything else is pretty much just repainted. The boots with the half gray, half pink look, and the arms, although there is a little tiny bit of sculpt on the back of the hands for that jewel thing, again, the arms are mostly just repainted. Now, Alicia also wears a vest. This is a pink vest. I made it out of, you know, craft foam. And, you know, attached it around the body such that it's kind of held in place by the arms. So, there you go. So, you know, with all the parts made, it's time to put the head back on and have the Alicia Nut figure. And here she is! Now, she looks a little bit broad-shouldered and neckless when she's standing in a basic neutral stance, but you know what? So does Wave! In fact, Wave looks a little bit worse because, you know, she has bigger arms. Yeah, I think it has to do with the Freerider stylings. Like, you don't really notice these kinds of proportions on most Sonic characters because the body is much shorter. But since Wave is based off of a character from the Freeriders games where everybody had elongated torsos compared to the rest of the franchise, it looks kind of weird. However, once you start to pose her around, you know, she looks a lot better when she's posed, is what I'm trying to say. Like, the arms don't look so broad, and you can reposition the head. But, you know, like, that's just, now I'm just arguing the proportions and semantics of character designs from different games. But yeah, I think that she came up pretty good otherwise. She really does just look like an alternate universe version of Princess Sally. And hey, now I have a new way to make Sally heads if the situation ever comes up. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this figure, and we'll see you next time. This is Wake Angel 2001 signing off. Also, thanks to my new Patreon supporter, Emmy.